This is Bachaider with a review of Ultra Act Zamsher from Bandai, Tamashii Nations. This figure is about 6 inches. Pretty good figure. It's a lot better than this guy right here. And we'll go on to him later. You'll see why nobody likes this guy. Nobody wants to be his friend. Anyways, fuck that guy. So, detail's really good. It's got some nice armor action going on. A lot of people been complaining about this right in here, and honestly, I really don't see what they're complaining about. They're like, oh, well, you know, you can't move the elbows and joints because it made out of some new plastic. And I hadn't had any problems. I could get them into all kinds of cool poses as you saw in the pictures beforehand, and it's pretty good. Like, you know, you got your old-fashioned, you know, typical Tamashii Nations SH figure art type, you know, that joint going on, the ball joint. His sword just fell out of his back, but that's okay because he's a grown man with spiky hair. You don't fuck with that spiky hair like that shit. But yeah, he's got that. He's got, you know, he's got the double jointed elbows, like anything from Tamashii Nations, because they know what they're doing. He's even got joints in his armor. He's got a hinge joint up here. He's got another hinge joint right there, so you can have it to where, you know, say you want to make him point at you with his fist, because he wants to be like Kenshiro, point with his fist, because that's what men with fists do. And thank you, assistant man person. And see, he points with his fist, and he can still have his armor down. Kind of cool. So, you know, we got that. We got nice head range motion going on. He's got a ball joint at the bottom of the neck and at the top of the neck, so you can get some good, you know, you guys know what that is. You know what that is at home. I'm not going to tell the kids what that is, though, but all you grown folks, you know what that is. But, you know, you can look up, you can look down, he can, you know, something just got on his back, he can do one of these, like, oh my god. You know, like he's angry. No. So, you know, got some nice head motion. Oh, back to the spiky cool here. He's even got a ball joint for that. So, you know, if you're in a stop motion, you can do like a couple of cool shots, make it look like it's waving in the wind. Where are we at? We're at the torso here. He's got a ball joint here, ball joint there, here a joint, there a joint. Yeah, I went there. I couldn't help it. And let's see, back down to the legs. He kind of sort of has like the old school figure art thing, but it's not as, you don't have as much motion as you do, so you can't get like ultra wide leg. Like he can't do a friggin' split and be like, you know, like he's pretty much like American Chun-Li with the spitting bird kick, if you know what I mean. And but you can still, you know, you can still go out pretty far, but it's kind of like got that deal where you can pull it down and do the thing that it does. And of course we got a double joint on the knees, we got a ball joint on the feet, which are pretty freaking good. I mean, he can, like, you know, look like a Saiyan. You know how Saiyans look, where they're always in the air with their feet pointing down, and they do this. They're like, you know, everybody watches Dragon Ball Z, they look just like this all the time. At least 80% of the show. See? At least 80%. Get out of here. You get 80% of the show. But all in all, like I said, this figure is pretty friggin' beast, and all the people that are out there complaining about it, I just think they need to stop being little babies, because I've seen some worse figures, and by worse figures, I mean you're gonna see like the worst figure ever. Way worse than this guy. So, before you start complaining about how bad figures are, realize that there could be worse. Alright, now I'm going to talk about this guy's accessories, which he comes with a lot. Well, not really that much. He comes with, oh, there we go, look at that, sweet sword right up in here. Actually, this is I kind of like the way they did this, because most figures as of late have been pretty cheap. Like, they'll give you the sheath and the sword, but the sword can't go in the sheath. It's just like, but they'll have it where you take the blade off of the sword and put just the handle in, which is also pretty stupid. But you actually put it in the sheath backwards. You put it in the sheath, and it still looks pretty feasible. And the blade on the sword looks a lot like Wesley Snipes. Yes.
You have to go Wesley.
Yeah, I did have to go there. He comes with this extra piece of extension, some weave, if you will. Put it on the back of his head. That's actually for a more authentic look. That's how he looked in the show. You put it on there, and you know, he's all like, "Oh, Orewa Zamsher desu." And funny thing about Zamsher is like the most popular Ultraman character ever. Like, he was way more popular than the actual guy in the show. Like, nobody even cared about the guy in the show. I mean, which is pretty easy to understand, because when you look at this guy, when you look at that guy, yeah. So anyways, back to the figure. So he's got that, he's got the hair, he's got all types of hands, he's got one, he's got a pair, it's like one is like a grabbing sword hand, and then to go with the grabbing sword hand, it's like a kinda grabbing sword hand for grabbing the sword, which he can actually hold his sword, which that's also part of another review you'll understand pretty soon. He's got open hands. They're not rage hands, they're just open, splayed open, you know, Hadouken hands, you know, like, so he can do cool, like, you know, kabuki poses. And of course, chopping hands, because when a man doesn't have his sword, he has to chop somehow. And if you can't do it with a sword, the hands is the best option. And this man can chop a baby in half with his bare hands. So, as far as that goes, it's a really good figure, and if you're into Ultraman, or if you're just a figure collector in general, and you really like anything from Tamashii Nations, be it the Solar Chogokens, be it the SICs, be it the SH Figure Arts, and you want to try something different, and you just want to say, you go, hey, that guy looks kind of like a really badass Yoshimitsu, because he kind of does from Tekken 4, then, I'd say you buy him. I mean, he's a little expensive, but if you can catch him on a sale, like a site like Hobby Link Japan, where I bought him from, HLJ, just throwing that out there, and you should get him. I like him. My buddy over here likes him. The other half of Bachaider, my other friend over here likes him. He didn't even touch the figure. He just looked at it. He was like, "Yo, dog, that shit be off the chain, dog." Like, that's how he talks, but he's Korean. And he really liked it. I was kind of surprised. And even the guy from Twilight, Jacob, he really liked it, but you're not going to meet him.
You know, Zamsher looks pretty gay with his normal hair.
Yeah, he does look pretty. Hold up. Thanks, Brian, for pointing that out. Let me give him his cool hair. There we go. Now he looks cool again.
Screw you.
But yeah, everybody, go out, buy him. If you want a cool figure, get him. I have no qualms with him. The qualm about this, not that big a deal. So, everybody go spend some money at HLJ. And, like I said, this is Bachaider. This is Zamsher. And that's Ultraman Mabius. He's sexy. Look at him. Look at him go. Oh, yeah. You just want his body. Oh, yeah. We're out.